area here at 28. Again, if you're trying to stay short, have a trailing stop. Make sure you don't lose any money on the trade. And then we'll see what happens. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. As this number is going to be released here momentarily, we'll see what that brings. Let's see. PMI manufacturing could be a nice market mover, and the ISM manufacturing index at 9 o'clock at the top of the hour could also be a little bit of market mover. So both of those numbers could be moving the market, and that's why we like to be kind of flat and then kind of wait see what opportunities the market will give us after the fact. So our next level of resistance is up at the 36 area, and downside support. I mean, I guess you could, if you're very aggressive, take our pivot on a rotation back down. And again, if you're looking for maybe a buying level there, it breaks 28. Do we go long? No. If I'm looking for support, I'm looking at the 17 area right now for support. There was a little bit of, again, depending on how aggressive you want it to be, there was a little bit of a buy there above the 21 area. And if you're looking for a buy here above this 28, probably I'd be looking at around the 30 area. If we get above 30, it might be a little bit of a buy, but it's not a strong buy. All right, so nice little scalp there. We have a number coming out here momentarily. And we'll see what that brings. We're flat right now, don't have anything on. And let this number release as it comes out right now. You can see how the ladder ticket, there's no 100 lots up and down the ladder ticket if you're looking at the dome or whatever you want to call it. I call it ladder ticket. But you can see that, something's up. So obviously it's a little bit bearish here. I don't do it. Well, I'm trading. I did trade prior to the number. Right now at 28 when it got there. So that's all I did. And now I'm flat. And as far as I'm not really a bracket consolidation zone. If you're talking about a zone trading area that the market creates, I'm not really into that. I don't like to play those kind of games with the market. I just rather when it starts trading in a little bit of a little bit of a zone, like you say, consolidation zone. I'm not playing those areas. I like to stay flat and wait for them to kind of play themselves out. No, I'm not. I don't do footprints. I don't even know what that means. But my levels, I believe in the levels. So if I wait for confirmation of a level, I'll probably miss. And it rotates. I'm not going to. I'm already taking my profit. If the level goes to 28, it comes off of that like it did here. I mean, if you're not in right away, how are you going to confirm the level? I'm not going to do it when it rotates back up there again. So I'm looking for that rotation off of the level initially. So my levels are my trades are already in the market, and like I said, I scale around it, and so I'm in, and I keep my stop in place. So if I'm wrong, that's how I'm going to, I'm just going to look for a next opportunity. But lots of times people tell me, are you confirmed the level? Well, it's confirmed, right? Where are you getting in? At this point right now, is the level confirmed? As far as our trade is concerned, it is, because we're trading back down here at 20. But where are you getting in now? I mean, did you not get in at 28? Where could you get in? So I believe in the levels, and then make sure keep your stop in place if we're wrong, and that way you can take advantage of the rotation. know it's a little risky, right? I mean, that's what you're really telling me or asking me. You want to confirm, but we're trading, right? And we're futures trading, and it's nice to say you're confirmed the level, but we are at, but we're just trying to take those opportunities that the market gives us and scale around it. And if it works, it's great. We believe in the levels, and as long as we're happy with the methodology here, then the confirmation is believing in the levels, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. I don't know if that makes sense, but let me know if it doesn't. I can try to explain it another way. A lot of times, it's like right. Well, we do look at it's a good volume sometimes. When we're looking at the volume that's actually traded. So yes, I look at the volume at price levels. A lot of times, though, what'll happen is those volume at those light price levels or increased price levels will occur on the charts at levels that we're looking at as well. So from a chart point of view, and if it's confirmed by the volume that's traded at those levels, it gives me an extra layer of confidence in putting in that trade against that area. So we do look at volume. Market profile looks at volume, and we kind of look at it a little bit to confirm an area or have a little bit more confidence in the trade when we get to it. And if it works out that way, and like I said, usually what will happen that those volume areas will be confirmed by the charts because of just the nature of how they work around there. All right, we came off. We talked about support down at 17 after this number. We got down here to 19, popping back up a little bit. A little bit of a buy there. If somebody asked me about a buy above, a little bit of a buy there above the 30. But I mean, I don't not need a better confirmation there. But a little support here at 17 if you're looking for a little buy area. But whatever the situation is, you're going to keep your stop. If you're more risk averse, you're looking at the 09, which is our next level on the downside. That's our first support area. Again, please ask questions. We don't mind questions. All right, coming back down here. Off of the number, obviously the number created a little bit of volatility there. My number created a push back down here to our pivot area here. Again, if you're a little aggressive, maybe you're going to take a little bit. If you're looking for a buying opportunity, this is where you'd be. We have a little bit of support right in here against the 17 area, which is our pivot. We use market profile to confirm trades. I look at the levels first, and then I'm looking at market profile. And sometimes I can adjust the level based on the market, the volume. Market volume profile is market profile, correct? That's what you're asking me, I think. They used to look at time, but now they look at the volume because of the volatility that's in the market. All right, market's a little bit under pressure here after this number. Again, if you were more risk averse, you're looking down at 09 as the buying opportunity, as a first buying support opportunity, kind of running through our pivot here a little bit. Again, the number is creating the volatility. The number that was released obviously is creating the pushback here to the downside. And so sometimes if you're more risk averse as an individual trader, you have to recognize that and then understand that you have to, the levels here would be more advantageous. Like I said earlier, the fundamentals override the technicals. So you have to understand that this is whatever is creating this push to the downside is from the number that was released. So that's why it's kind of running through, and that's why we always keep your stops in place. All right, coming back up here to our pivot, kind of hanging here. Downside support will be down at 09. We do have numbers coming out here at um, top of the hour in about 5 minutes. All right, let's see here what else we can talk about. All right. Hmm. Market was up, like I said. I think Europe opened up and created a little bit of a problem here. I think that the bond prices and the is creating a little push here to the downside. And one thing says that, well, we have a number coming out here in a couple of minutes here. One thing says that Powell's going to be talking today, but I don't have that here on my. Does somebody know if Powell's talking today? It says yields across the board are going up. Yields on the 10s are right now at a 463. Yield on the 2 is trading at 509, 510. So is that 73? And this is what it's been at. That spread has been the same since the 75 basis points or 70, anywhere into 70 basis points for a long time between the 10s and the 2s. an inversion of the yield curve, which is, I think, creating a little bit of a problem here for market. But the 10s to the 30s are not inverted. So the 10s are trading at 463 and the 30s are 475. Wow. Yeah, there's some crazy numbers going on out there with the yield curve, and I think that's right now a major problem with the market, and I think it's causing a little bit of problem there in the forex markets as well. A lot of dollar is very strong here based on that our interest rates being a little higher than or going up, and I think that's why we are kind of euro opens up and they're kind of a little bit of a mess, bringing a little bit of a problem here. Powell speaks at 9 o'clock. Okay, yeah, I don't have that here, and somebody did say that they were talking. So thanks for letting me know. Even more of a reason not to trade right now. All right, let's be a little bit careful here. We do have a number coming out. We have a couple numbers right now, so keep that in mind. I'm kind of flat. I don't have anything on. I obviously don't have my upside level there at 28. I already got triggered, so I'm not using that. If I'm doing anything, I have a level up at 36. That's what I'm got my orders in. And downside support, if 09 is a little bit too close for you, then use the even area on the downside. That's my downside support. I'm surprised that I don't have that here on my commentary here. But all right, there's the ISM number. You can always tell, like I said earlier, if you look at the ladder ticket, there's like 10 lots up and down, not even. And you can always tell if something is going to be released by looking at the ladder ticket or the dome, whatever you want to call it. And you can see how it's like lightened up. The bids and the offers are disappeared, and they will slowly come back after the numbers released, like they are now. But if you're trading and you don't have, if you don't know that something's going to be released, there's a good indication. As quickly come back up here, they broke it, they rallied it. And the reason we don't like the trade level when there's a numbers release is because of the volatility. The algorithms are taking over. And they're just moving way too fast for any individual to try to keep up with them. So it's not worth the aggravation, but I will have, like I said, I'm looking at the 36 above. Again, if you were going to take the 28, you have to be exceptionally aggressive here. But like I'm not touching that. But there's a little bit of a buy there above 30. And look, it stopped right there again against the top end of that range, which was the 28. But then that is the third or fourth time up there. So it's very tricky. ISM was 49 versus 47.8. That was expected a little bit better than expected, which I don't know is good or bad for the Fed. But Powell's also talking now, which could be interesting. Definitely don't like to have anything on when he's talking or chit-chatting away. You just never know how people are going to absorb his commentary. All right, come back up here. We're looking at upside resistance up at the up at 36. Again, you've got to remember that if Powell's talking, anything could happen. He could say anything, and make sure you got to keep your stops in place. You just never know. Obviously, there are, they are talking about, all these Fed governors and the interest rates have gone up 60 basis points since the meeting, which is a very big rise in interest rates here. So, maybe he's going to address that. I don't know, in a positive or negative way. I don't know, but that could create some movement, right? Especially if he says something like, "Oh, maybe they have gone high enough, fast enough," or something goofy like that. That could create some volatility. So as long as he's talking, we know that there is some volatility in the market, and you have to make sure you keep your stops in place if you're going to be trading. And I'm not telling you not to trade. I'm just saying that if he's trading, he's going to create some volatility. And I always say, and I keep saying, the fundamentals overtake the technicals. And obviously, when he starts chit chatting away, there are some fundamentals there, and the technicals are not as important. All right, we said it had a little bit of a buy here above the 30. If you're a little aggressive and you're getting a nice little rotation here, you got to take your 2 points, and then if you have any extra, that's fine. But you got to take, we're scalping here. We're not trying to hit home runs. So we had a little bit of a buy there above the 30, which got up to 32. So you're scalping the market, taking some profits off, and then see if we can't get a rotation to go higher with anything left over if you have. But take some profits. It was a little scalping opportunity, and that's all we can do, right? We're just looking for scalping opportunities. We're not trying to hit home runs. So the mindset has to be to that vein. Again, if you were aggressive, there's different risk tolerances here, and I always say that because I say mention a trade doesn't mean that you have to take it, right? Because you have to first of all feel comfortable taking a trade. And we have two aspects of trading: recognition and execution. Once you recognize a trade, and then it's up to you how to execute it. And everybody here execute things a little bit differently based on their risk tolerance. Before somebody asked me a question about confirmation. Well, yeah, some people like to be confirmed about a trade, but for me, I'm thinking, well, if we get confirmed about a trade, I'm going to miss the trade, right? So that makes sense. If you are more comfortable looking for confirmation, then you have to trade that way. Bonds. Why are my bonds not working? Okay. All right. So the numbers out there. Upside resistance we have is up at 36. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. We don't mind questions. All we're doing here is trying to take advantage of ebbs and flows of the market. We're scalping the market. We're looking 2 to 3 points on our trades. Again, depending on volatility, that could change. At some point, when COVID was out, or even, there were other times where we had to expand our stops to 7, 8, 9 points, 10 points at one point, but we were getting those rotations. Those were crazy days, when that market you were getting 100 point bars in the hourly bars that were crazy, right? And then you have to take into consideration that volatility. And as far as trading is concerned, how do you manage that volatility? Is trade smaller, pick your spots better, find trades that you can recognize. Like I said, the recognition of a trade, how you find a trade based on the work that you do, whether it's our work or your work, and then the execution part is the tough part. And everybody here executes it differently. All right, so they kind of topped out there around 32 and change and came back down here a little bit. We've got 36 up on top there as some resistance. I'm not downside support. I would wait till 09. I'm not really liking anything here. This is a little bit too jumpy, this little trade here. Jumpy, is that the right word? Jumpy? I don't know. Maybe.
Those that are coming in new to our service, we're going to have a Q&A at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Right now it's 10:08 a.m. Eastern Time. Welcome to E-mini Trade Along Coaching. We're here trading days from 9 a.m. to 11:30. We're looking to do 2, 3, 4, 5 trades, picking up 2 points plus. If you need trading capital or would like to earn a funded trading account, ask in chat. Also, check out the opportunity to subscribe to the service at a significant discount in the webinar chat area. We also have private coaching. If you'd like to learn the fundamentals of price action trading, your Trade Along coach is available to teach you in private session the nuances of price action trading, the entries, exits, and stops, and the whys, how to set the levels that Saul gave out. So don't hesitate to ask and interact in chat. We can follow up with you privately. The first step, obviously, here is to come in as a guest for a few days, kick the tires, ask questions, interact. New and experienced traders are looking to trade better. E-mini is a great instrument to trade. Review the opportunities in the chat area. Just reposted the coaching levels for today, the pivot and other levels on top and bottom of that pivot. Saul is a 25-year veteran of the trading pits in Chicago. He is actively scalping for his own trading account during this session, where appropriate. If you have a trading technique and you'd like it tuned up, your Trade Along coach can help. If you're looking for a trading technique, price action trading is a fundamental of trading and an opportunity for you to develop consistent profitability in your trading. Again, if you're looking to earn a funded trading account, ask, and we can send you down that path. Part of the services that we render here. This is E-mini Coaching Trade Along. I'll be in the background if you need anything. Don't hesitate to post it. Your Trade Along host will be coming in and out. And again, we have a Q&A at 11 a.m.
All right, market kind of coming back down here to the middle of the range that we've been trading at pretty much most of the morning. Again, getting choppy here. Upside resistance is still at the 36 area. And remember, these levels that we give out can be tweaked a little bit depending on price action. I mean, if we have 36, and the market kind of we missed it by a little bit, and we come back up there and retest, we might have to change that level or just not even use it at all. So even though the levels are there, we have to look at the price action to help us determine if we're going to still use the level or not. But again, we also like to be patient here and wait for opportunities. Again, we probably average about 4 to 5 trades a day. And we also, like I said earlier, focus on the morning hours to give us those opportunities. The morning hours are good for our dynamics for what we're trying to do. And they give us good ebbs and flows. I think there's more volatility in the morning versus late afternoon. Things could change a little bit. So there's different traders in there, a lot less individuals trading probably as the day goes on. So the dynamics do change as the afternoon goes on. And so we try to stay focused more on the morning hours to give us those opportunities to trade. And we kind of just focus for a couple hours in the morning and then move on. And we'll wait for the next day's opportunities. We've definitely got into, the key word there is average as far as trading is concerned. So obviously sometimes we're going to get more opportunities, sometimes less. Either way, it's patience is important. All right, we're down here to our blue band area there. If you're a blue band trader and you got jumped in there right around 18, 19 area, you're getting paid off here very nicely. Again, we do have different price action trades. The blue band area is one of our trades that we like to take. It's one of those trades that you have to kind of use every time. All right, nice rotation there against your blue band area there.
Hey, quick shout out to David H. Hey, David, good question. What is your funding program? We're an affiliate of TopStep. I could send you out the link to check it out. That's for anybody out there. If you're interested in trading account funding, we are an affiliate of TopStep. We have a special link. I'll post that in the chat area. And again, we have a Q&A coming up at 11 a.m., so we could certainly do it then also. For those that are part of TopStep or coming into our service today as a guest, we have a special price for you. Usually it's $400 a month here. Right now it's on for $150, which is a special price for those that are coming in today. So take a few days, be our guest, kick the tires. Send that opportunity out to everybody. That's also in the chat area. Again, if you like what we're doing here, tell your friends. Link to come in here is eminitradealong.com. eminitradealong.com. If you also like what we're doing here and you're with TopStep, give Dolby Time a quick shout out. Say hello for us. I just posted the opportunity to review the opportunity with TopStep, through our affiliate link. And I did post the opportunity for private coaching sessions. And I also posted the opportunity to get the special discount from $400 a month to $150 for those that are interested in being part of this on a daily basis, trading day basis. Hey, Don, did you get your mic working? Sol, are you all set up for today with Anthony?
Okay, I think I got it working.
You sound good. Quick sound check for Don.
Yep. 1, 2, 3. What's going on? I don't know.
Nothing.
Hey, I'm here. I just need a little bit. I'm on the phone. I just need a little bit of a minute here.
Okay.
Well,
am I supposed to?
Don, sounds like you got the ball, buddy.
Am I supposed to be doing something?
I don't know. Just do what you do.
Oh.
Don is a trader. He's been trading for a long time. He's worked with Sol for a long time. He's scalping the S&P 500 E-mini. He is one of our Trade Along hosts. He hails from the great state of Texas. You might have heard him on TopStep with Eddie Horn. We love Eddie here. Good man. Did one of his coaching segments. I think it was pretty well received. We got a lot of feedback on Don, at least Eddie did. And it was a good time together. And we appreciate it. Thank you, Don. Hey, Don, how'd you work out with the levels today?
I've been computering it, and I've taken a couple little trades real quick, but that's about it. So far, they're working good.
You know, it's funny. So when you talk about levels like pivot and other levels on top and bottom of that pivot, you know, people think it's, and rightfully so, they think it's just the standardized levels that are spoon-fed by software that everybody else is using and getting banged up around, or levels that people calculate, or some people call them floor levels. I think you'll quickly find, and you might have found out today, that these levels are different than those levels. They are not the levels that people get trashed around because everybody else is in and around those levels. Every once in a while, the levels can be close to, those levels can be close to sols or your levels. But I think it's important to note for everybody that there are individuals that come in and just pay for sols levels. Now, he sets them really close to the cash open, and he does that for a reason. He's looking to utilize those levels in his own trading as an advantage over other traders. And you have the same opportunity. But I think I wanted to make sure that you understood that they're not the standardized levels. And then the concept of price action trading, there is a way to get into a trade so you don't get stopped out as often.
All right, so we're back, and we're back up here to the range that we've been trading at, and it did bounce off of our blue band there a couple times if you are a blue band trader, and the market's coming back up here, just kind of range bound here between 30 into 20 for a bit. We'll see what happens next. So upside resistance is up at the 36. That's our next upside resistance, and see what happens if we get back up there. A little bit of a buy there above the 33. If you're looking for a little bit of a buy, yeah, on it. So blue band did hold nicely for you if you did trade it. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. We don't mind questions, as we are kind of range bound here for a little bit. Those are standard Bollinger Bands. Number 21 is the reading on those Bollinger Bands. We found a reason for them to help us, and as long as they work for us with our scalping opportunities, that's all that matters. And we have a moving day. The green band is a 200 moving day average, and again, we adapt those as well. So as long as they work for us, and it is what it is. Now we're coming back down here. Again, we've used this the support area a few times here. I'd be a little bit more mindful now of coming back down here to the third time or fourth time, depending on how you look at it. And to use it as support, it could stay in this range. I don't know. It's not my favorite trade to stay in a range. I don't like to play the range game. Not my favorite trade. Other people here like to trade the range game. You find a little range that the market creates and then try to take advantage of it. I mean, as long as you keep your stop in place, go ahead and do it. But it's not my favorite cup of trade. My favorite trade as far as once the market creates a little bit of a range. And like I said, I would definitely not taken it, fourth time back down there. It's kind of busting through here a little bit. On downside, I'm looking at the 09. So obviously there is a little bit of, like I said, fourth time down here, and then again, not helped here by the bond market. All of a sudden, the bond market's gotten weak here, making new lows. Bond market chart is on the left. We don't usually have, we used to have a direct inverse relationship between bonds and S&Ps, but now it looks like we trade, we kind of go with them a little bit, at least, not following them tick for tick, but definitely a little weakness here based on the bond market creating some weakness. But again, I don't like to trade the range, so we're kind of busting through here a little bit, coming back down here to our pivot. I would look at the downside support would be down at 09. I trade that level, and whatever, again, like I keep saying, whatever we're doing, you're going to keep your stop in place. We're not going to love any trade we put on. All right, they flushed it down and quickly rotated back up. Definitely a range game, but very tough to play this range game. Again, this is what I call the no trade zone for me. Doesn't mean that you have to, if you like doing that, if you like playing the range game, then go ahead, but you have to be very careful there. And that was a perfect example. They flushed it down to 13 and change there and then popped it right back up here. But very, very choppy. Got to be very, very patient and pick your spots. I think the biggest problem some people have is the need to trade when market is moving around like it is. But the reality of it is it's very difficult to try to find where it's going to stop and rotate and take advantage of these ebbs and flows. So consequently, you have to be a little bit patient and wait for the market to give us an opportunity that at least we have a reason to trade. The range trade is a very tough trade for me, and it's not something that that is, well, again, like I said, not for me, it's not a good trade, but there are other people who love